Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to do one end-to-end Azure Data Engineering project. In this project, we are going to use a Azure Data Factory for the data pipeline. We are going to write a PySpark code. We are going to create a SQL table in a Synapse workspace. And also from the storage perspective, we are going to use a ADLS location. So everything from end to end, the project we are going to do. In this particular project, we have one of the business requirement, and this kind of the business requirement you will see in a company also, and this is a very much important project. Please do practice this. And in this project we are also going to follow the Medallion architecture, which is most widely used in industry. Every industry nowadays using the Medallion architecture to store their data properly. So let's first understand what is a business requirement, and then we will come to this project part. So what actually our business is saying, like, so we are working for the retail clients. We are working for a retail clients. So retail clients is our one of the clients. For that we are working. Now what actually clients wants? Clients wants to have one report on a daily basis, and they want to know what is the total purchase and the total revenue. So what actually business wants from us? So clients wants to know on a daily basis what is the total number of purchase and what is the total revenue. So suppose today is the 1st of June, right? So 1st of June, how many purchases happened? So suppose we have a 200 purchase, and what is the total revenue? Suppose total revenue is a $1,000. So these details they want to know on each day. So on 2nd June, what is the total number of purchase? Suppose 300 purchase. What is the total revenue? Suppose 2000 total revenue. So this particular report actually business wants from us. Now this looks simple, right? But coming to the data. Now first thing is like you have to check whether your data is available or not, whether you have all the data is readily available or not. If this data is already readily available to you in whenever you are working in company, then building this report is very easy. What actually you can do, you can directly write a PySpark code and you can derive this. But the thing is like our data is not readily available in a ADLS location, and so for that first we had to bring the data. And for that what actually we are going to follow, we are going to follow a end to end, we are going to follow a Medallion architecture, which is most widely used in industry. Now let's first understand what is a Medallion architecture. So what is a Medallion architecture? It is a data design pattern that organizes data in a distinct layer. What is a Medallion architecture? It is kind of one of the data design pattern where we store a data in a different layer. One is a bronze layer, one is a silver layer, and third is the gold layer. Each layer represent two stage of data refinement, with higher layer indicate the better data quality. So in a Medallion architecture, what actually we do, we try to store a data in a different kind of layer. One is the bronze layer, second is the silver layer, third is the gold layer. And in the gold layer, right, most in a gold layer you will see a refined data, you will see a refined and the consumed data, and this is the data generally we share with the client. In a bronze layer what generally will happen, all the raw data you will see, all the raw data you will see. In a silver layer you will see the clean data, but in the gold layer, right, you will see the refined data based on the business as this particular layer we create and we share with the clients. Now what is our requirement? Our requirement is this, right? And for that we had to create a gold layer. But before to the gold layer we also had to create a bronze layer, we also had to create a silver layer, and we also had to create a gold layer. Means end to end we are going to see in this particular video. Now let's understand our data. Now what actually it is saying, like our data is available in a REST API. What actually it is saying, like our data is available in a REST API. So we have one of the REST API. This is the REST API. This is the API you say. From a API we are keep on getting the data. Suppose I am a user, I am purchasing anything. Suppose I have done any kind of the purchase. So in this case what is happening, in a API I am capturing this all the details, like what is my customer ID, what is my customer ID, what is my order ID, what is my order ID, what is my transaction ID, what how much amount I have paid. Means this kind of the details actually we are getting, we are capturing from the API. So this data is available in a API whenever any order is happening. Now what we had to do, we had to bring this data into a ADLS. We had to bring this data into a ADLS. So for that what actually we are going to use, we are going to use a data factory. We are going to use a data factory, And in this data factory, what actually we'll do, whatever the data is coming in API, right, we'll try to bring into the bronze layer. We'll try to bring into the bronze layer in a ADLS location. In a ADLS location. Now in this API, right, you are getting a data. Suppose if any purchase is happening, then you are getting a data. Suppose any refund is happening, then you are getting a data. Suppose if any cancel is happening, then you are getting a data. Means every data is coming into this API. We are capturing that. Now in a data factory, what actually we'll do, because we have to build a report only the purchase level, but in this API we are getting all the data, right? So from this data factory, what actually we'll do, first we will try to get all the data, means all the data we'll try to bring into this bronze layer. Bronze layer, this we call it as a raw data. This we call it as raw data. So once our data is available in ADLS, right, now the next step is like we'll create a silver layer. We'll create a silver layer. Now in a silver layer, what actually we will do, we'll try to, from this ADLS, whatever the data we have stored, right, from the purchase, we will filter the data. What actually we'll do, here we have all the kind of the data, right? In a raw data, in a bronze layer, we have all the kind of the data. So in a silver layer, what actually we'll do, we will only filter the purchase related data, because that is what business is asking to us. So we will filter only the purchase related data. We will try to clean the data. We'll try to drop the null values, means all the kind of the cleaning we will perform in a silver layer. Now after that, what actually we'll do, once we store the data, right, in silver layer, finally we will create a gold layer, that is a final layer. That is a final layer. In a gold layer, what actually we will do, we'll try to create a report. We'll try to create an aggregate report, means on a daily basis, what is the total revenue, and what is the total purchase. This is the report actually we will create in a gold layer, and we will take a reference from the silver layer. So this is how actually we are going to follow. So what actually we'll do, from my API we will bring all the data in a ADLS location, that is a bronze layer. So here we will be having all the kind of the data. Now coming to the second layer, that is the silver layer. So what actually we'll do, here we will try to do some kind of the filtering, specific to the what actually business is asking to us. We'll try to filter the data, we'll try to clean the data in a silver layer. Now in the final layer, in a gold layer, what actually we'll do, so on a daily basis, what is the total number of revenue and what is the total number of purchase, that kind of the report we will create, and we will share it with the partner. So this is the whole project we are going to do. Now in this case, what are the things we are going to use, because we had to bring the data from a API, we had to bring the data from a API to the ADLS. So what actually I will use? I will use a ADF for that. I will use a Azure Data Factory for that. In a Azure Synapse itself, what actually we can do? We can create a data pipeline, and that data pipeline is nothing but that is a ADF. In ADF, any kind of the data pipeline we create, right? In Azure Synapse also we can create the that kind of the data pipeline. So we'll use a data pipeline for that, to bring the data in a bronze layer. Now after that, we had to write a Spark code for the data cleaning, because we had to clean the data, right? We had to filter our data. So Spark code also will write. So in a Synapse also you can write a Spark code. So Synapse only we are going to use. Now after that, for the gold layer we have to do a aggregation, right? So for that also we will use a Spark code. Now after that, what actually we'll do, we will also create one SQL table, so that, and we will store our gold layer data there. We will store gold layer data there, so that clients can query the data using a SQL query. So this is what actually we are going to do. So we will use a data pipeline ADF. We are going to use a Spark code, and we are going to use a SQL table in a Synapse. So everything you can do in a Synapse itself. Every feature is available. So what actually we'll do, we will create a Synapse workspace, and we'll try to perform each operation one by one. So I hope you got the requirement. What is our requirement is like, we want to have a daily report on a daily basis. What is the total number of purchase? What is the total number of sales is revenue is happening? So that is a business ask. For that we have to follow the Medallion architecture. So let me share my screen and let me open a Azure. So I open my Azure account. So in this Azure account, what actually we are going to do, we are going to create a Synapse workspace. So in a search bar, search for the Synapse. We are going to create Azure Synapse Analytics. So click on the Azure Synapse Analytics here. and after that click on the create. We are going to create a new Azure Synapse Analytics. First we have to create a resource group. So if you haven't created any resource group, what you have to do, click on the create new and give the resource group name and click on the OK. Resource group will be created. I already have a resource group, so I'll select that. After that, in a workspace name, in the workspace name we are going to provide the what will be our Synapse workspace name. So I will give the name as a POC Synapse Retail, and this is the name I am giving, but you can give any name. With that particular name, the Synapse workspace will be created. So this is the workspace name I am giving. After that region, I am going to select with the East US2. After that, you can see data lake storage account. So if you already have a data lake storage account, from here you can select. I don't have, so I am going to create that. So click on the create new. Here also we have to give the name. I will give the name as a POC retail. This is the Azure data lake storage account I am going to create. After that, whatever the container you want to create, right? So you can create that. So click on the create new. Container name I want to create the retail, so that I will select. After that, click on the next security. So whenever we create a Azure Synapse workspace, right? So with that, serverless SQL pool also get created. So for that, if you have to log in, right? So you should have a admin name and the password. So I'm going to give that also. The admin name Manish and the password I will set up so that I can log in that. So this also you also this try to set up. So this SQL password I have set up. Click on the next. Click on the next. Click on the next review and create. Go to the security. I think the password is not matching. So let me give once again. Now it is correct. Now I'll go to the next, next, review and create. You can see whatever the selection you have done, right? Everything you will be able to see here. What actually we'll do, we'll click on the create. Now Azure Synapse workspace will be created. So what actually we are doing, we are creating Azure Synapse workspace, as well as we are also creating the ADLS account. Now whenever you create the Azure Synapse workspace, serverless SQL also gets created. So the three things you are creating at a one time. So that is the thing. Till then, what actually I will do, I'll show you what is our source, how actually our source API looks like. So what actually I have done, I have loaded a file into the GitHub. So if you will see, right, this is the particular file I have, retail transaction bronze.json file. This is the JSON file. In this way actually we are getting a data. Now if you will see what kind of the data we are getting a event ID, we are getting the event type, customer details, what time the events is triggering, what is the payment method, whether it is a credit card, what is the product category, whether it is a electronic, what is the product ID, amount, as well as the location and the status. So this kind of the details we are getting. So you can see, if anyone, suppose I am a customer, I am purchasing anything, so event type will be the purchase. If I am a customer, I am cancelling the purchase, so the event type will be the cancel. Like that, the multiple events are getting triggered here. So suppose any refund is happening, I have purchased the product but I want to refund, so the event type will be refund. But from our requirement perspective, what actually we had to do, we had to only consider the event type as a purchase. So if any customer who is doing any purchase, so that kind of the thing only we want. So event type is purchase. So but as of now, from a bronze layer perspective, right, here you can see we are getting all the kinds of the data. So what actually I will do, whatever the data we are getting here, right, as it is, we will try to bring into the our bronze layer. So in a bronze layer, whatever the data we are getting, we will try to bring as it is into the bronze layer. So that is the thing. In a silver layer, we will try to filter based on the purchase. So that is the thing. Now you can see here we have a JSON data, and you understand it like this data is keep on growing. In a whenever you will work in a real time, right, this data you will get, this will keep on growing because in a company, whenever you will work for any clients, right, that clients will have a particular websites, like Amazon is the particular website we have, right? Similarly mobile also we have. So you think like we are working for the Amazon, and whenever any purchase is happening, we are getting this kind of the data, and this is keep on growing. Now what actually I will do, we had to bring this data into our ADLS account. So how actually we can bring that data? So what we have to do, we had to fetch this data from this particular URL, and you have to bring it to the our ADLS account. So what you have to do, click on the raw, this particular raw, and this is the data. This all the data we will try to bring into the our data lake storage account, and this is the URL we will try to bring. So make sure what you do in a GitHub, you upload the file, click on the raw, from this particular URL we will try to bring that. So that is the thing. Let me see whether my Synapse is created or not. You can see still deployment is in progress. So let's wait it to be complete first. Now you can see our deployment is complete. What actually we'll do, we'll click on the go to resource group. If I'll click on the go to resource group, right, this you can see two things got created. One is the Synapse workspace as well as the ADLS account. These two actually got created. First, let's see the our ADLS account. So I'll click on the POC retail, and here you can see in the data storage we have created one container also, that is a retail container. So let's see whether it's created or not. You can see one retail container also got created. Now here only we'll try to bring the data, but what actually I will do, here we will try to create a 3 directory. One is for bronze, so that all the bronze layer data we will try to keep bronze. This is the one directory I am creating. Now after that I will create another directory. There we will try to bring the silver layer data set. In a medallion architecture we follow the bronze, silver and the gold, right? So that's why we are creating a 3, and the third one is the gold. So we are creating a 3. One is the bronze, gold and the silver. Now from this particular data, right, whatever the data we are getting, what actually we'll do, we'll try to bring into the bronze layer with the help of the data pipeline. So this is the 3 we have done. Now what I will do, I'll go into the Synapse. So search for the Azure Synapse Analytics. This is the Synapse workspace we have created. And after that, what we will do, we'll click on the Open Synapse Studio. Click on that. Now if you'll go back, if you can see, we have also created one serverless SQL pool. So whenever you create a Synapse workspace, right, serverless SQL pool also gets created. So that is the thing you have to remember. Now Synapse Studio is opening. Now in the Synapse Studio itself, you can create a data pipeline. You can write a Spark SQL code, means you can write a PySpark code, and you can execute that. So everything is possible here itself. So that's why we are using. Now in the left side you can see, right, we have a integrate. Now go to the integrate, click on the plus, click on the pipeline. Now if you will see, this is similar to the ADF. In Azure Data Factory, whatever the activity we were doing, right, move and the transform, copy data, all the kinds of activity you can do here. It is similar to Azure Data Factory only. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use a copy data, because we had to copy a data from a API to our ADLS account. So we had to copy, right? So that's why I am using a copy data. Click on the source. First we have to create a data set. Click on the new. Now what is our source? Our source is this particular URL, right? From this source we have to bring API. So what actually we'll do, I will search for the HTTP. So from web HTTP we are trying to bring, right? So click on that. Our source is in JSON format, so select that, and after that we'll create a link service. Click on the link. First we have to pass the base URL. So what is a base URL? So if you'll see here, right, this is the particular URL. Now in this URL, till whatever the .com, right, this particular .com till .com, that is a base URL. So that we have to pass into the base URL. So you can see http github user content.com slash this we have to pass into the base URL. And after that, authentication, if you want to have, if you have any authentication, you can pass a username and password, but this is a public, so I will use a anonymous. And after that, click on the test connection. So you can see connection is successful. Click on the create. Now after that, whatever the URL, right, till here, after the .com, whatever the things that we had to pass into the relative URL, this we had to pass into the relative URL. So first we have passed this into the base URL, and this is the relative URL. Now after that, click on the OK. Now our source is ready. Now if you want to preview data, right, click on the preview data. Let's see whether you are able to see that or not. So you can see we are able to fetch the data. I mean our source is ready, and this all we have to bring that. Now after that sync from where you want to store. I want to store into the data lake, right? So click on the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. Click on the continue. I want to store in the form of Parquet because Parquet is a widely used format and it is a very useful for the big data analytics perspective. So I'm going to use the Parquet. After that, click on the link service. We are going to create a new link service. I'll select the subscription. I'll select the storage account and I'll click on the create. This is going to create a ADLS, a link service. Now after that we have to pass the file path, means where you want to store. So you can see file path, right? I want to store into the this particular retail container into the branch folder. So branch folder I want to store. Click on the OK and after that click on the OK. So it is going to create a into this particular as a Parquet format. It is going to create that. Now if you come here, go to the setting, go to the user property, everything is good, right? Now what actually we'll do, we'll try to run this. So if I'll click on the debug, right, the pipeline will start and it will copy a data. That is a one way. The third way is like you can click on the publish all and you can click on the trigger so the pipeline will run. So I'll do that. I'll click on the debug first. Click on the debug. Let's see if any kind of the error is coming or not. If any error will come, we'll try to resolve it because whatever we are copying, right, that is a raw data, means any kind of the error can happen here. So we had to make sure we resolve that. So let's see, you can see pipeline status is in progress. Let's wait it to be complete. Now you can see copy data is filled. Let's see how actually we can resolve that. Click on this. What is the error? Let's try to understand. So error is saying like amount, this is the one of column, it contains the invalid values, cannot convert into the integer. So this is the particular column where we have a issue. So for that what actually we'll do, we'll go to the copy data, go to the mapping, click on the import schema, and here we have a one of the amount column. You can see amount column, and here what actually we'll do, we'll try to select as a decimal. We are getting as in the form of the double, right? So we'll select the double. So this data type I have changed it. Now what actually I'll do, I'll again try to debug it so that the pipeline will start running, and let's see if the error is resolved or not. You can see pipeline status, it is in queue, it is running. So let's wait it to complete. Pipeline is succeed. Now our data should be available in a ADLS account. So how actually you can check that? We'll go to the ADLS account, or one way is like here itself in Azure Synapse workspace itself, go to the data in a linked, you can see Azure Data Lake storage, and this is the location. This is the storage account we have created, right? This is the retail container. In a retail container we have created a 3 folder, right? Bronze, silver and gold. So you can see this bronze. In this bronze our data should be available. Click on the bronze. You can see multiple folders actually got created. So as of now, we are fine with that. Let's see whether the Parquet file is available or not. That is the important thing. Click on that. You can see this, whatever the transaction data was there, right? The Parquet file is available. This is the one way. The second way is like from here itself, you can go into the ADLS storage account. This is the storage account you have created, right? Go to the container. In a container also, you can see retail. In a bronze layer we have a file. So our file is available. Now what actually we are going to do, we are going to create a silver layer. Now in a silver layer what actually we are going to do, so what we have done from API, whatever the data was available, we have bring that data into the ADLS account. We have bring the data as it is into the ADLS account. Now the second thing is like we are going to create a silver layer. What is the second thing? We are going to create a silver layer. So from a API we have bring into the bronze layer into the ADLS. Now what actually we'll do, we'll pick this data from this bronze layer. We are going to create this silver layer, and here we will try to filter a data. So what actually our business wants? Business wants to know what is the total number of purchase as well as what is the total number of revenue. Now in the data, right, in the data if I'll show you, we are getting a multiple data. You can see all the refund related data is coming, all the cancer related data is coming, means all the kinds of the data we have copied into the bronze layer. But from the business perspective, right, what business wants to know about the purchase. So what actually we'll do, from this bronze layer, right, we'll try to filter our data. We'll take only where the event type is purchase. As well, we'll try to do some kind of the, if any kind of the null is there, that we will try to avoid it. So like this we will try to do the data cleaning and we'll try to store into the silver layer data set. So for that, what actually we'll do, we'll use a notebook. In a notebook we'll write a Spark code, and that Spark code actually will try to execute and we'll try to store into the silver data set. So let me open that. So here, right, in a develop option, go to the develop, click on the plus. We are going to create a new notebook. In this notebook, right, you can write any kind of the Spark code. Now to execute that Spark code, you should create one cluster. So the cluster also will create, but I have a one Spark code which I have written. Let me show you so that and we'll try to understand that. So let me copy this. So this is the Spark code I have. Now in this Spark code, what actually I am doing, let's try to understand. I am first importing a library so that I can do a lower, I can do a to date and all. Now what actually I am doing, I am first creating a bronze layer. I am creating one data frame with the help of bronze layer. Now what actually it will do, it will read the Parquet file from the particular location. So this is how actually we can read that. So what actually you have to pass here, you have to pass the storage account here. So how actually you can find, go to the retail, what is your storage account, what is your storage account name. So our storage account name is the POC retail. This is the storage account, right? So select that, go here, and here you can change this as a your storage account. This is the storage account. Now after that, the particular location, right, where your file is available, so that location you have to pass. I am going to create one data frame that will read the file which is available into the bronze layer. So you can see the multiple folder actually got created, right? So what actually I will do, this particular location we have to pass. So how actually you can do that, click on that, go to the properties, you will get one URL, copy this, come here, what is the URL we are getting, let me copy here, this is the URL. Now whatever the location, right, so our location start from the retail to till this main. So this all the location we will pass, this all the location you copy and you paste into this, from this bronze to till here. So whatever the location, right, whatever location this we have copied, now here this particular location, whatever the folder is available, till that folder you copy that and you paste here. So that's how we are going to create a one data frame. We will be able to read the bronze layer file. So one data frame we have created from the bronze. Now from once we will be able to read this, right, we will try to test this also, but I am explaining you the code. First we have created one data frame, there we are reading a file which is available into the our ADLS location. So this is the code. After that, what actually we'll do, we'll try to filter a data. So we are only interested where the event type is purchase, right? So you can see in a data, right, we are getting all the data, but we have to filter only the where event type is purchase. So I have written a code for that. From a bronze layer, I am going to filter where the column event type is purchase. That is the one thing. Now as well, the customer ID and the amount column, it contain the null value also. So I am going to drop the null value. So whatever the whatever the null value will be there, any value will be there, that I am going to drop that. Now what actually I am going to do, I am going to create one new column, that is a event date, by using a event timestamp. So if I show you the data, we have a one event timestamp. So this is in timestamp format, right? But with the help, I'm going to convert this into a proper date with the help of the toDate function. Now I'm going to create a one more column payment method, and in a payment method, if you'll see, right, payment method, it's coming into the not in a proper format. So what actually I'm going to do, I'm going to convert into the lower, means so that all the column will be in a proper. I'm going to create one more column, the amount, and what actually I am going to do in this amount, right, this properly I am going to convert into a float. So these are the thing I am going to do. These are the cleaning. So in a silver layer, mostly we try to clean the data, we try to make it based on the business needs. Okay, now this we will do, and after that I am just selecting all the column, whatever the column name I am interested, and finally I will write into the which particular location I had to write into the a silver layer data set, right? So I'll go there where I want to see. This is my storage account. In this storage account I have a retail and I have a silver. So what is my storage account name? Storage account name is POC retail. So I'll copy this, and here after the clean, right, you write this your storage account, and where you want to store that particular path you have to pass here. So I want to store which particular location, retail and the silver, retail and the silver. So I'll pass retail and the silver. Here I want to store. So what I have written under this storage account, right, we have a one retail container. Under this retail one we have a silver. Here only I want to store that. So retail and the silver I have passed that. That is what I have done. And this code is not required, so this I will remove that. Now we had to test it, we had to run this. How actually we can run that? So for that we should have a cluster so that we will be able to run this. So what we have to do, we have to create a Spark pool. How actually we can do that? So I will come here, I am going to use a Synapse. I'll go to the Synapse workspace, go to the Synapse workspace. This is the Synapse workspace. Come here, you can see new Apache Spark pool. So we are going to create a Spark pool so that we can run. We are going to create a cluster. So click on the new Apache Spark pool. We have to give the Spark pool name. So I am going to give the name as a POC Spark pool. You can give any name. And after that, node size, family, memory optimize. Node size, you select the minimum one because we are doing a practice, right? You have a multiple option, but you select the minimum one. Auto scale, we are not interested in auto scale as of now. And this you make it as a minimum number of node because we are doing a practice. So 3 is the minimum, so that we have selected. Auto scale we have disabled. Allocate executed disabled. You can see estimated price 1.71. Go to the next. After that we have to go into the next. Automate pausing disabled. Apache Spark, you can see these are the configuration. Go down. Allow session level package, go disabled. Cache, we'll make this as a minimum. Next tag, review and the create. This is the Spark pool we are going to create. With the help of that we will try to execute our code. So what actually I will do, I'll just click on the create. Let's wait, still in the review mode. You can see first validation happens, then we have to click on the create. You can see we are submitted the deployment. Once it will complete, right, once our cluster will be ready, then only we will be able to execute our codes. So you can see deployment is in progress. Once this will complete, then only we will be able to run that. So how actually we'll test it? So I'll come here, I'll test it one by one. So this particular code, right? So first I am going to write this code, and I'm going to see whether this particular code is running or not. Dot show whether we are able to read the Parquet file which is available in the location or not. First, let's try to test it. So for that, our cluster should be ready. You can see deployment is complete. Now if you come here, you can see this is the Spark pool is we have to select. This cluster is not started. You can see here not started is writing. Obviously you can run this. Shift and enter if you'll press right. This Spark pool will start running. You can see it is running now. We have to wait for a few minutes because the session, whenever the session starts, right, it generally takes time, and also we are taking a very less resources to execute this. And you can write any kind of the code. You can see here PySpark, Spark SQL, Spark R, all the kind of the code you can write. So we have written this. Once we will be able to read the branch data frame, right, then we can write this. We will execute this and we'll see whether we are able to dump the file into the silver layer or not. So that is the thing. So let's wait it to complete. Now you can see our cluster is ready. Now it will start running. So let's wait. So you can see we are getting error. So here you can see we have passed the double slash. Let me remove that and let me execute again. Shift and enter if you'll do, it will run. Again we are getting the error. Some location is not correct looks like. We are getting error. So what actually we have done, we had to pass the whole file actually. So let's pass the whole file and let's see whether it's working or not. So here I will add all the thing, means the dot parquet, this whole file actually I am passing. You can see now job is executing. So what actually we had to write, so what was the issue actually? Now we are reading the whole file, but you can see we are able to read all the file as it is, like event type, everything. Now we are able to read. So what actually the issue is like, this how this particular location, right, you have to understand. So what you have to go, you have to go into the ADLS. What is your storage account? Storage account name is POC retail, and what is my container name is retail. So first we have to specify the container name, then the storage account name that you have to pass, and after that you have to pass the whatever the directory. So I want to store into the silver, so I'll pass the silver here. So that's how we had to do. This I can remove this I already executed, right? Now I'm going to write into the silver dataset. Let's see whether it's working or not. I'm going to filter the data and I am going to store into the silver. This particular directory I'm going to write the particular file. So let's see whether it is working or not. You can see it is succeed, jobs is succeed. We'll go to that location, go to the retail. Let's see whether our file is available or not. Go to the silver. You can see the part file is available. This is how actually we have done that, means we are able to uh, run that. Now after that what we will do, we are going to create a gold layer. So in the gold layer what we have to do on a daily basis, what is the total purchase and what is the total revenue we have to show. What we have to show, what is the total purchase and what is the total revenue. So this is what we have to show on a daily basis. So now what actually we'll do, we have already converted from API to the bronze we have done. Now from a bronze to the silver we have done. Now from the silver, right, gold layer we are going to create. In this gold layer on a daily basis, what is the total revenue and the total purchase, purchase. What is the total purchase? Total purchase is nothing but a number of time purchase is happening. Suppose I am a customer, I have purchased two time on a day. So what is the total number of purchase? It will be a 2. What is the total revenue? Suppose first time 100 rupees I paid, second time 100 rupees, so total will be 200. So 200 will be a total revenue. So total purchase is number of times and total revenue is the sum of the revenue. So let me show you what is the code I have written. This is a gold data set. Let me copy this. This also we are going to execute. Now here what actually I am doing. First I am reading the file which is available into the silver data set. So how actually you can read that? You have to pass this particular location, because from here we are going to read that, right? Copy that and pass that. From this particular location we are going to read the silver data set. It is in Parquet, right? Now we are going to create a aggregate. So what actually we are going to do? We are going to group based on the event date, and we are going to find out the sum of amount. Sum of amount is nothing but it is a revenue, and count star is nothing but a number of time that event is happening, that is a total purchase. This is a daily revenue we are going to do, and also we are going to do one more aggregate, and this is not us. Here also what I am doing, product category, based on the product category what is the total sales that actually happening, that actually we are going to do. This is not asked, so let's remove as of now, but this also you can do that. So as of now what actually we are writing, on a daily basis what is the total revenue and what is the total purchase. So this is what we are going to do. Before to that, let me add into the new cell. Let me show you whether we are able to read the silver data set or not. So I will do df.silver.show, so that we will be able to read that we are able to read the silver data set or not. I'll show you how our silver data set looks like. So this is our silver data set. Here we have a event dates, we are converted into the date, whatever the timestamp was coming. Event ID we have, product ID we have, product category we have, payment method is there, amount is there, location is there. So if I'll do sum of amount, I will get the total revenue. And if I'll do count star means number of events, that will tell me the total purchase. Because in a silver layer we are only filtering the all the purchase related event, right? So that's why this is what actually I am doing. Now I will try to write it. Where I want to write, I want to write into this particular location, gold data set. So I'll copy this. Where you want to write, I want to write this into a gold location. So instead of silver, I want to write into the gold. So here we have a one more location, right? If I'll go there, under retail we have one more location, and that is a gold. So here only I want to write that. So let's execute this. And here it should be available. Now if I'll show you what is the output we are getting, dot show. So you can see on a daily basis, what is the total revenue, daily revenue, and what is the total number of purchases happening, that we can see. You can see on 2024-23, this is the total revenue, daily revenue, and this is the total number of purchase. Means we are getting all the details, and this is what we are sharing with the clients. Now if you can see in the gold, right, the file should be available there. Go to the retail, go to the gold, you can see the file is available. Means we have successfully able to load, we are able to bring the data into the bronze, we are able to clean the data, and finally gold layer aggregate we have created, and this we can share with the stakeholders. Now suppose you want to create a table in a SQL layer, you want to see the data. So how actually you can do that? So what we'll do, in a develop, right, click on the plus, click on the SQL script. Now we are going to create one table, and that will point to the gold location. So I already have a script. This is the script I have. I'll just copy this. I'll paste this. First we will create a database. So what is the database I am going to create? I am going to create the database name as a retail POC. This is the database I am going to create. So let me execute this. And this is the database actually got created. I am going to use that particular database. I'll refresh this. Retail POC, this is the database I have created. Now what actually I am going to do, I am going to create one table. The table name is a daily revenue. Here the event date, daily revenue, and the total purchase will come. That will come from the location. Now what is the location? Location is a gold, because from that location we will take the file. What is a data source? Data source is a blob retail data source. What is a blob retail data source? This blob retail data source contain the location. our location. Now our storage account name is POC retail and our container name is retail. So all the location is mentioned here. And what is a file format? This is a Parquet. So this is mentioned. Now let's run this. You can see it is successfully run. Now if you want to run that, select star from daily revenue. If you'll do that, select star from daily revenue and let's try to run. You should be able to see that. You can see this event date, what is the total revenue, what is the total purchase. It's available in a table itself, and this table we can share with the stakeholders. So like that actually we can do. So what we have done till now, we have created one. We have bring the data from a API to the bronze layer. Now from this bronze layer, what we have done, we have filtered the data, we have filter and the clean the data, and we have bring into the silver layer. Now from silver layer, we have created the aggregated data, and we have created the gold layer. And from this gold layer, we have created one SQL table, and this SQL table we will share with the clients. So that's how we have done. I hope you got the idea. Please do practice. It's very much important.